Great. Hopefully you're brand new, or you've got somebody on this Zoom that is brand new that's looking at Valentus for the very, very first time. And if that is true, I want to personally welcome you and thank you for, donating your time here this evening. We will pass the collection plate, towards the end, and collect some. You can PayPal the money in. So, hey, with that, like I said, my name is Chuck Hansen. I want to congratulate you for being here. I'm glad that you made it. Glad you stopped by. My conversation tonight, this evening, or whenever you happen to be watching this live or on YouTube, is that, it's all about timing, and timing. I've made millions of dollars as a result of being at the right place at the right time. And that's what I want to explain. If you're brand new to network marketing, hang on, right? You're going to hear some things that you probably never heard before, probably will seem a little bit far-fetched, but it's all true. If you've tried and failed in network marketing, then, probably wasn't your fault, probably was bad timing or a lot of other circumstances, but it certainly wasn't you. Making big money in this industry is very, very easy. All you've got to do is catch the right company at the right time with the right products, with the right compensation plan, with all the stars and planets lined up. So it's like finding a needle in the haystack, right? I've been fortunate enough to catch 3 of them at the right time, at the right place, and I just caught the 4th one, and you're taking a look at it right now. So Valentus has grown 900% in the past 12 months and positioned, more importantly for you, positioned to grow massively over the next 3 to 5 years. So I'll explain how you can make a 5, 6, 7-figure residual income if that's something that's you're interested in learning about. And I always say that there's no accident that you stumbled on in here, right? Somehow, some way, you were destined to be here to hear this information. And, will it make your dreams come true? I don't know. It really all depends upon you. I know 31 years ago, I got exposed to an opportunity and it changed my life. So before we get going, before we get into the meat of things, let me just give you something to think about. Everything in this presentation is possible. Possible for you, possible for everybody out there that's watching and listening to it. The incomes are real, the people are real. Everything is real, everything that I'm going to talk about. Everyone here is here to help you succeed. That's what I love about this industry. It's a win-win-win situation. The more people I can help, the more money I make, the better off the company does, and it just keeps going around and around and around. So it really is a win-win-win situation. If you've ever wanted to win and never could, or never thought you had the chance or the capability, now is the time, because, I'm going to show you how you can, and this is really important, how you can make money even while you're sleeping so you won't have to work until you die. So that's what intrigued me 31 years ago when I got exposed to this industry. I never thought that I'd ever be in it, and here we are 31 years later, because I made a decision, right? I wanted things to change in my life. I didn't know it at the time, but I wanted things to change. Maybe you're like that. Maybe you want things to change in your life, but you don't know exactly where to go, what to do. But once you make that decision, nothing or no one will keep you from reaching your goal. You're like got those blinders on, and you're going to focus on it until it gets done. Once you make the decision, the rest of it is simple. It's just a matter of learning, right? And everybody can learn. Everything is possible. So that's my message. So a little bit about me. That's my dog, Rocky. He keeps me out of trouble. And I owned an advertising agency for 16 years, had a lot of overhead, and loved the business, but it robbed me of my life. The first 16 years of my life just disappeared because I was so involved or immersed or engulfed, right, in that business. I was, paying my dues, right, to all the big companies that I represented. I got drug off to a network marketing meeting by a good buddy of mine, threw me in his Jaguar, and he said, hey, we're going to go have dinner and we're going to go and do a couple of things. And I said, sure, let's go. And so he drove me over, and, I never thought I was ever going to be into a network marketing meeting. But what I found was that in that meeting, I found a bunch of people that didn't look particularly smart. Now, I don't say that, to downgrade anybody. They just didn't look particularly smart. But they were making more money monthly than I was making annually. So obviously they were, right? They knew more about what was going on than I did. So I started to pay very close attention. After failing for the first year, and yes, I did fail for the first year because I was not teachable, I wasn't trainable, I wasn't coachable, I had an ego. I mean, there was just all kinds of reasons. My sponsor quit the week after I got started, right? I spent $35,000 that night to get started. No, luckily, you're not going to have to do that. But I built teams of over 400,000 people twice in my career. I've traveled over 6 million miles. I've been in country after country after country. I've done thousands of meetings, live meetings in every possible language with interpreters that I could ever dream of. And now we've got this incredible technology, so I can zoom in, whether it's in Kenya or in Nigeria or in Micronesia or in Mexico. I can zoom in and be part of the meeting instantly. I was semi-retired. I was consulting for a couple of companies. I was flying around the world, but I was flying a lot, eating on planes a lot, and then going to a breakfast, lunch, or dinner meeting a lot, right? And as a result of that, I started gaining weight. So early in 2018, I was the fattest I had ever been in my life, right? I was 215 pounds. I had a 40-inch waist. I was miserable. I was having knee problems. I was just miserable, but I didn't know how to solve it, right? I just am not very good on diets like so many people. And then I got a call, wouldn't you know it? The law of attraction kicked in, and I got a call from a buddy of mine, and that you're going to hear about here in a second. And he told me about a near miraculous product that would melt the weight and the fat right off of me. And I couldn't wait to hear what that was. So, but before we get to that story, I want to introduce you to John Herenza. John is the master distributor, the #1 income earner that has been with Valentis now for 5 years, been here since the beginning. And John is just a tremendous guy. I asked him to talk about income, right? Money, which is usually near and dear to everybody's heart. But talk about the money, and then also talk about his background, his career. Where he came from. So I want you to hear from John. That's his book, Right or Almost Right. I've got a signed copy of it right over here, and been reading it, almost done with it. But listen to John. I'll be right back to you. Well, I say listen to John.
Thank you so much for that kind introduction. And, with your history and success you've had in the industry, Chuck, let me just say it's just an honor to be working with you. You're a legend in this industry and just, have done amazing things, and just so excited to have you here, with us here at Valentis. Folks, I'll give you a little history on myself. I've been now 30 years now in this industry. I grew up in a small town in Minnesota, actually still have a lake home there, very near where I grew up. I had no sales background. I was a blue collar worker. I was a welder, building, maintaining equipment. I have a learning disability, I have dyslexia. And so I came to the industry, you know, with no self-esteem, no self-confidence, very, very shy and introverted. My first experience was NSA water filters, and just an amazing experience. It was 4 years there. Learned the fundamentals, you know, fell in love with network marketing, learned how important timing was, how important a consumable product was, and so I've now been 30 years in the industry. I've been with 4 companies. Every single experience has been phenomenal. I mean, you know, NSA, 4 years, earned about $400,000. Was with Rexall after that for 12 years, earned $4 million. From there, master distributor of Waora. Over that 12-year window, you know, was able to earn about $10 million, and then another couple million with its sister company, Javita. And now I'm with Valentus, right? And what's led me to Valentus, number one, is because here's what I believe. Is all of these companies, right, and/or opportunities are made up of 5 critical elements, right? The company, the product, the compensation plan, you know, the timing, and the training and support. And if 2 or 3 of those elements are not in place, I mean, it really doesn't matter how good we are, you know, or how hard we work. I mean, despite our best efforts, we're going to struggle, right? I mean, you could take me now having earned $22 million in the industry, put me with a company where those elements aren't in place, and I'm going to struggle. I mean, I look at myself here today. I'm not a different person. I'm not doing anything different than I've ever done, but, you know, averaging, you know, almost $400,000 a month, on the verge of making $500,000 a month. So I'm not doing anything different. The difference is the vehicle, right? And let me, you know, we all know, and I'm assuming most of these people watching this are people that have been in the industry, you've had success, you know, hear these stories about timing, and timing really is everything, right? And timing is actually very predictable. I mean, timing is a factor of numbers. There's very distinctive tipping points to where, you know, that trigger, you know, momentum and trigger that critical mass window where the company actually, you know, just explodes. And here's what's, you know, we've went in the, I mean, we've had our challenges. We're 5 years old. You know, we had a really good start, or actually a slow start. Then in the middle, you know, 2016, we had a great year. We had some challenges. You know, in May of last year, May of 2018, we were under $1 million in sales. We just closed out July over $8 million in sales. Okay, we've grown $1 million in each of the last in the last 4 months, and we're on track here in August to grow another $1 million. But here's why I'm telling you the story from a strict number standpoint, right? It's we've reached that point. This point of geometric growth is starting to work for us because 7 million of the 8 million in sales is all brand new volume. Everybody's new and fresh and excited. So our attrition is literally non-existent. And so it's kind of like if you look at that penny a day, double every day concept, and you know, you hit that certain tipping point where the compounding effect of numbers just, you know, kind of just take a course of its own, just explode. And if you look, and I got a little chart here. And if you look at the compounding effect of numbers, right, you know, a penny a day doubled every day, and it's about day 20. It's about day 20 that the numbers really become significant, right? And that's from a just kind of a comparison standpoint. I think that's where we are. We're at about day 20 because we have so many brand new, excited people making money and exploding that we're ready to absolutely explode. Okay, so we went from $1 million a month to $8 million a month in the last year. We went from $2 million a month to $8 million a month since the first of the year. And I believe by the end of this year, we're going to grow $1 million in August. I believe with our conference in Orlando, we're going to grow $2 million in September. And I believe we're going to be doing $12 million a month by the end of this year. So this, and it's not just here in the United States. I mean, Chuck, you were just telling me about a meeting in Nigeria where you had people stand, 400 people in Nigeria, and we're not even official there yet, right? I mean, I was in Spain, you know, in May, you know, we're doing like $1.5 million a month in Spain. I mean, the thing is absolutely ready to explode. And again, I can just keep going. I'm excited, folks. This is the absolute dream time to join a company because we are ready to absolutely explode. So
I'll second that. The absolute best time in the world to join a company is when it's in this beginning phases of momentum. So we're going to talk about that. Like I said, I was the fattest I had ever been. A good friend of mine, Dave Jordan, reached out to me, and Dave is the person that started Valentis. He and his wife Joyce, and you know it. I told him, I said, Dave, I'm not interested. I'm not interested in doing anything. I'm not interested in building another team. I'm not interested in doing anything. But, you know, since you called me and since you told me about this near miraculous product that'll melt the fat off of me, I will listen to a conference call. So I did. I listened to a conference call. They introduced a product called Slim Roast Optimum. It is a dark roast coffee. That is a weight loss coffee. It's an appetite suppressant. It gives you energy. I mean, it's just an amazing, amazing product. But anyway, to get Dave off my back, I just said, hey, buddy, I'll buy some coffee. Probably won't work for me, and I'll get back to you, right? So I did. I got some coffee, started drinking 2 cups of coffee every morning like I normally do my whole entire adult life. And, you know, accidentally got on a scale about a week later and discovered that I had lost 9 pounds, right? 9 pounds. My clothes started feeling a little bit better and fitting a little bit better. I got excited at that point, started paying very close attention. And over the next, 3 weeks, I lost a total of 18 pounds. I lost 18 pounds my first month, right? I was really excited. I called Dave up and I said, hey, buddy, I said, I just bought an airplane ticket. I'm on my way to Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Want to come up there and spend a couple of days with you. And he said, come on. Well, I did, walked into those front doors. And then I sat down with Dave for 2 days and looked at everything that I wanted to look at in order to answer all of my questions. Because if I pulled the trigger and did this, I wanted to make sure that it was the right decision. So I did a lot of due diligence in that 2.5 days. The company kind of speaks for itself now, right? 5 years old, debt-free, millions of dollars in the bank, over $125 million now in gross sales, a global seamless compensation plan, which means that we can refer people anywhere on the planet, right? We can ship products anywhere on the planet. It's our first office is in the Philippines, now the #2 market, in Valentis. Spain, John was just talking about being the #1 market, U.S. market being #3. And I can't give Dave enough credit for everything that he's done. I mean, it's near a miracle, because you know what, folks? 98% of all startup companies fail. They go out of business, for one reason or another. And it's usually lack of experience, lack of money, and just a whole host of reasons. But here Dave is, he, persevered, right? And has gone through, and in the process, he's collected some great products, consumable products to take out into the marketplace. So obviously Valentis doesn't put their products in the stores. We are the stores, right? We are the people that are spreading the word, educating, our friends, all the people we bump into about these near miraculous products. We're walking billboards, basically what we are. So I want you to go to valentisproducts.com and go and look at all the products. Just incredible, incredible products. I stay focused kind of on the Slim Roast Optimum because it is a product that gets results almost instantly on almost everybody that I've ever given it to or ever tried it. And, everybody gets results. I'm going to give you a Facebook page. Over 50,000 people now have been on that Facebook page. It's FB for Facebook, FB Testimonials, that's plural, fbtestimonials.info. And go up there and take your time, read through all the testimonials. And that's all happened in a very, very short period of time, from June 2018 till now. So, go and look at all the products. Here's the growth that I created this chart. I wanted you to see from May of 2018 to May of 2019, 900% growth, 700,000 to 7 million in sales, right? I mean, that's incredible growth, right? The company is now shipping 2,500 boxes a day. And, John said what August was, September was almost 13 million. And I just heard from my sponsor, Rick Geralds today. He got a text from Dave, and Dave said we were $1.1 million ahead of where we were last month in the middle of the month. So $1.1 million, and that's only 2 weeks, right? So 1.1 million ahead of where we were. So crazy things are happening. Here's what I'm projecting. And again, had it not been for my 30 years of history in this industry, I certainly couldn't make these projections, but I've seen this before. I've experienced it before. I know what the signs are. I've earned millions of dollars as a result of being at the right place at the right time, and I see that happening again. We're going to do somewhere between $400 and $450 million in sales in the year 2020, in the next 12 months, right? And 2020 is right around the corner. So, that means that there's going to be $225 million that'll come back to the field in commissions. And I certainly would like to have a large part of that. And I'm sure everybody else there, yeah, raise your hand. Yeah, you'd like some too? Yeah, so everybody would like to have some more money, right? Here's what happened to me. I mean, I just want to show you, what my check was. I started at the started at the bottom and have worked up. Whole $724 my first week in the business. Actually, it was only a few days until a year later, $11,300. So weekly checks, we get paid every Friday, and just like clockwork for the last 5 years. And, it just goes and deposits right into my checking account. If you're out of the U.S. market, then we get paid those people get paid on a prepaid debit card. So incredible. And what's the difference? It was the amount of my leverage, right? I had no people on my team when I first started. I started by myself, right? And now I have a lot more leverage, a lot more people working. So my first year, almost $225,000. But so far in my second year, which has been June, July, August, and now September, right? So 4 months, 159,000, 160 grand so far in just the first 4 months of my second year in the business. I wanted you to see this primarily because I wanted you to see the average monthly income. This is something that's put out by Valentis. They know at the rank, at a certain rank, people make a certain amount of money, right? So they disclose all of that. And, it takes effort, it takes consistent effort, it takes work, all of those things. And so if you're not afraid of work, if you're not afraid of commitment, if you're not afraid of doing things, then, you can run right up to diamond pretty quickly, $3,000 to $6,000 a month. Just think about what would your life be if you had an extra 3 to 6 grand a month coming in? 3 to 6 grand, right? I mean, that's a powerful amount of money. Double diamond, 7,500 to 12,500. Triple diamond, 15,000 to 30,000. I hit triple diamond in October, working towards blue diamond, 33,000 to 75,000. And folks, there's people coming in with no experience in this industry and blowing right through these ranks, going from blue diamond to royal diamond and on up. So if you thought, like I did 31 years ago, that this was an industry that there wasn't any money in, how in the world can you make any money in this network marketing business? well, I was wrong. And, you know, if you thought that, you're wrong too, because this is just a smattering, right, of some of the people. We have a lot more people now joining these ranks. And this is all published in Business for Home magazine. You can go to businessforhomemagazine.org and you can see the incomes that people are earning. John is now the 11th ranking income earner in the world in network marketing. And Rick's right there, Jen, Dr. Chi, Karen, myself, and the list goes on. We're going to have hundreds, listen to me, hundreds of people on this list because of where we're going, the growth that's going to happen over the course of the next 3 to 5 years. And what I keep telling people all the time is that if these people can do it just like I saw, right, back 31 years ago, if those people can make that kind of money, I know I can too. I just got to be taught, right? I have to learn something new. And if you're not afraid to learn, if you're not afraid to commit, then you can do it too. It's not a get rich quick scheme. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. It's going to take some work. And but we've got all of that, right? So if they can do it, you can do it. So here's the question I ask everybody. If there was a pretty good chance that a $600 investment and 10, 12, 15 hours a week part-time effort over the course of the next 3 to 5 years could produce a 6, perhaps even a 7-figure annual income, is that something you'd be interested in doing? If it is, just raise your hand. Well, good. We have a lot of very intelligent people out there. Well, good. Okay, hey, I hear that from everybody, right? I get the same response from everybody. They go, is that it? That's all? Yep, I got another raised hand. This is $600, $20 a one-time fee to become a distributor, and the other is product, inventory, right? And then it's just a matter of time, right? 3 to 5 years, not 3 to 5 months, 3 to 5 years. Complete training, everything is done, everything is here, everything is done already. No boss, right? Unlimited income, and that's huge, no matter where your contacts happen to be. And no employees, which is the best part, right? No employees. You don't have to pay anybody anything. And the tax benefits. And then again, this is a friends doing business with friends type of business. I have, and of course I went out to my, friends first. And again, it's just a fun business and that you can do and travel the world. So let's talk about getting started. Like I said, it's a one-time activation fee. There is a lesser product package and a more expensive product package. I kind of hone in and suggest that everybody started this product package. And what I'm always suggesting is that, it's $600. I mean, that's it for a global business that Dave has spent millions and millions and millions of dollars and thousands of hours, man hours, putting together that you can have a part of, just like a franchise, for $600 and $160 a month to stay active, right? So very, very simple. I suggest that you buy the 16 canisters of the Slim Roast Optimum. And why do I say that? So you can give people, and I like to give people a gift, right? I talk to them on the phone and I go, hey, John, are you a coffee drinker? Yeah, Chuck, I'm a coffee drinker. Hey, John, have you ever thought about losing any weight? He goes, hey, man, I've been trying to lose weight forever. I just can't stay on a diet. And I go, John, I found something incredible that you've got to try. It's a weight loss coffee. So if you're a coffee drinker and you want to lose weight and you will try this couple of cups every morning, I'm telling you, the fat is going to melt off your body. And so I get people to commit, right? And that's as simple as it is. And I just sample that product out to people. Now, I tell people to start at this position because it maximizes the compensation plan. You get to participate in a legacy bonus, and I'm not going to go into detail. You can watch that on a video some other time. A legacy bonus and a global enrollment bonus pool by starting at either the Ruby Pack or the Emerald Pack. So you want to get paid the maximum amount of money that you can get paid. The first diamond in my organization was this guy here, Marshall Silver, great guy, a world-renowned hypnotist and trainer, speaker extraordinaire. Marshall saw me posting some pictures of me and the fat melting off, right? He goes, Chuck, how in the world are you getting that to do that? And I said, Marshall, I'm drinking some of this magic coffee. He says, hey, man, you got my address. Send me some. So I did, and now he's down 40 pounds. Oh, my story, I'm down 40 pounds. I went from 215 to 175, but more importantly, I went from a 40-inch waist to a 33-inch waist, right? I mean, I have to wear a belt on everything, and I keep buying smaller and smaller clothes. Marshall said, hey, if anybody comes in and buys a Business Builder Pack or an Emerald Pack, I mean, there's some people that really like to have more product, buys either one of those packages, I'll give them 2 tickets to my Turning Point seminar. Turning Point is a 3-day event with Marshall. It's absolutely phenomenal. The next one's in San Francisco. Got a lot of people that are going out there November the 8th through the 10th. And so you can go to silver.com, SYLVER.com/TP for Turning Point and read and watch the videos and see everything that there is to see. It's just absolutely phenomenal. So where do you see yourself? You know, are you one of those A-types and, you know, you see an opportunity and you say, hey, man, this is what I've been looking for my entire life, and you're ready to get started? If so, get back to the person that invited you to take a look at this information and, you know, let's get started. I mean, buy a Business Builder Pack and let's put together a plan. Make sure that they put you in touch with me so we can connect, right? And maybe you're one of those people that have got some questions, and hey, no big deal. I had questions. As you know, I had to fly up to Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Hopefully you won't have to do that. We can get all your questions answered. If we have to get Dave Jordan on the phone or John Lorenz on the phone or Rick Gerald's on the phone or whoever we have to get on the phone to answer your questions, we can certainly do that. You know, and for those people that just say, hey, I don't think that this is for me. I really, you know, like being broke and I appreciate being broke and I really don't want to have any fun in my life and I want to work for the rest of my life, then, you know, that's okay. Just go ahead and continue to do that. Those other people that say, hey, I want to be a customer, I go, you know, for $20, you need to be a distributor because here's what's going to happen. You're going to start losing weight. Your friends are all going to ask you, what are you doing? And then you're not going to have a website to send them to. And when you do tell them, they're going to go buy it from somebody else. So spend the $20, become a distributor, and, you know, have fun, make money, help people. I mean, that's what we do all day long. I'm going to leave you with something here. This is a little video from my friend Les Brown. You know, you've just seen an opportunity that could change your life. Now what, right? Now what? You know, are you going to watch things happen? Are you going to get in and get involved and make things happen? Or are you just going to sit back and wonder what in the world just happened? You know, so let me let you listen to Les. I'll be right back to you.
In the Far East, they have something that's called the Chinese bamboo tree. The Chinese bamboo tree takes 5 years to grow. They have to water and fertilize the ground where it is every day. And it doesn't break through the ground until the 5th year. But once it breaks through the ground, within 5 weeks, it grows 90 feet tall. Now the question is, does it grow 90 feet tall in 5 weeks or 5 years? The answer is obvious. It grows 90 feet tall in 5 years. Because at any time had that person stopped watering and nurturing and fertilizing that dream, that bamboo tree would have died in the ground. And I can see people coming out talking to a guy out there watering and fertilizing the ground that's not showing anything. Hey, what you doing? You've been out here a long time, man. And the conversation in the neighborhood is, you you growing a Chinese bamboo tree. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Well, even Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder can see ain't nothing showing. So how long you been working on this? How long have you been working on your dreams? And you have nothing to show. This is all you got to show. People are going to do that to you. And some people, ladies and gentlemen, they stop. Because they don't see instant results. It doesn't happen quickly. They stop. Oh, no. You got to keep on watering your dream. That is not going to happen as quickly as you want it to happen. A lot of things are going to happen that will catch you off guard. And so therefore you've got to deal with and handle it as it comes. And not only that, but that faith and patience drives you into action. You've got to keep moving and keep plugging away. See, during those hard times, we didn't know how you're going to make payroll. During those times when you failed and things didn't work out, they were nowhere to be found. But you know what I discovered? When you're working at your dream, somebody said the harder the battle, the sweeter the victory. Oh, it's sweet to you. It's good to you. Why? See, when it's hard and there's a struggle, see, what you become in the process is more important than the dream. That's far more important. The kind of person you become, the character that you build, the courage that you develop, the faith that you're manifesting. Oh, it's something that you get up in the morning, you look yourself in the mirror, you're a different kind of person. You walk with a different kind of spirit. And people know that you know what life is, that you have embraced life. You know it was hard, but you did it hard.
So you have to make a decision. How long are you going to continue watering your dream, right? I mean, it was the best decision of my life 31 years ago. My commute is now from one room to another or out into a sunroom or somewhere. We've lived all over the planet. We've had multiple houses. We've lived in Texas and Colorado and Arizona and Grand Cayman and just the list goes on and on and on because we could, right? It was an option. We had lots of different options and it was as a result of this industry. So you can do this if you want to. It's all possible. So don't let anyone tell you you can't. Will it be easy? No, it's not going to be easy. Will it be simple? Absolutely. Just take a look at me. I'm as simple as they come. And if I can do it, anybody can do it, guys. So will it be worth it? Absolutely. So again, you're never going to find any other opportunity like Valentis. This is a 1 in a million. And that's the reason I came out of semi-retirement to be part of this. There is one final secret. I'm going to let you in on it. But I do want you to keep it a secret, right? The final secret is that you never quit. No matter what. Things are going to happen that, are just going to happen because it's a business. Things are going to happen. But for whatever reason, you're not going to quit, right? You just stay focused and stay in there for the long term. And if you do that, your life will definitely change. I mean, look at John. John is a great guy, but do you think that he's worth $500,000 a month? Oh, I told you that he said he was on the verge of making $500,000 a month. Well, that verge is gone. He's definitely there, right? So, and so if he can do it, I know I can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. So that's how it is. I want to thank you for being here, spending some time with me, and hope you got enough out of this. And, hopefully it was enough for you to make a decision and get started. So if you do, make sure that you get introduced. I'd love to get to know who you are and, be able to help influence and change your life. So with that, I'm going to stop the recording. And we'll stop the share and we will end this meeting for everybody. So God bless everybody. Thanks for being here.